Hello everyone, welcome back to Cybertix. Till now we have completed different challenges and it was very related to blue teaming practices. But today we have a very interesting topic because it's from the web application security side. If you are new into this challenge, make sure you check out our last day's challenge. Anyway, without wasting any time, let's get started. So let's start with our day 5 challenge, that is a SOC max XX what E. So the day in the web release flew by and software's project were namely complete. So just in a time for Christmas, one evening after wrapping up the work, software was strolling through the town when he came across a young boy looking dejected. Curious, software asked, "What will you like for the Christmas?" The boy replied was a sigh. "I wish for a teddy bear, but I know that my family can't afford me." This brief conversation sparked an idea in a software's mind. What if there was a problem platform where everyone in the town could share their Christmas wishes and mayor's office could help them come true? Excited by the potential, software introduced the idea of the mayor malware, who embraced it immediately. So the mayor encouraged the team to build the platform for the people of Wervillis. So through the developers' dedications and efforts, the platform was soon ready and make an instant hit. The townspeople loved it. However, in their rush to meet the holiday deadline, the team has overlooked something critical through security testing. Even Mayor Malware has chipped in to his help develop a feature in the final hours. Now, it's up to you ensure the application is secure and free of vulnerabilities. Can we guarantee the platform runs safely for the peoples of the werewolves? So today our learning objective is to understand the basic concepts related to XML, explore XML external entity, that is the XXE, and its components, learn how to exploit this vulnerability and understand the remediations measures. So let's just start with what is XML. So XML stands for Extensible Markup Language. It is a common used method to transport and store data in a structured format that humans and machines can easily understand. Consider a scenario where two computers needs to communicate and share data. Both devices needs to agree on a common format for exchanging the information. This agreement is known as XML. You can think of XML as a digital filing cabinet. Just as a filing cabinet has a folders with labeled document, XML uses tags to label and organize informations. These tags are likely folders that defines the type of data stored. This is an XML looks like a simple piece of text information organized in a structured manner. So you can see over here, these are the HTML tags which we are using, but it's not just a regular HTML tags, that is the H1 to H6 kind of things or bold or capital. We can use it as a user defined text. So there is no specific in the internet where people tag is being used. You can define your own tags as well in the XML. So there is a complete people, that is the big tag. After that, into that child tag we have a name, glitch, address, where will is, and we obviously the HTML rules are followed in the same as XML, where we have to close this particular tag even if you are user defining tags. So email, we have given the email, that is the glitch at the wherewillis.com, and we are closing with the email slash tag. Phone numbers and all. In this case, the people, name, address, tags, etc. likes a folder in a filing cabinet, but now they stored data about glitch. The content inside that tags like glitch, where will is, and number represents the actual data being stored. Like before, the key benefit of XML is that it's easily shareable and customizable, allowing us to create your own tags. Now let's just understand the big concept, that is the DTD, that is the document type definitions. Now that the two computers have agreed on share data in a common format, what about the structure of the format? Here is when the DTD comes into the play. A DTD is set of rules that defines the structure of an XML document, just like database scheme. It's like a blueprint telling you what element and attributes are allowed in the XML file. Think of it as a guideline that ensures the XML documents follow a specific structure. For example, we wanted to ensure that XML document about people will always include name, address, email and phone number. We will define through this a DTD as below. So you can see this is a proper document type definition. It is a proper structure of an XML where you can see the doc type. It says a people, and inside the people, what are the things we are giving as a parameter? That is the name, address, email, and phone number. And after that, another element which we are adding up, that is a name. Inside that PC data, it means that we are accepting the input from the user. So that's why we have added a one particular pointer over here. So in the above DTD slash that is the element tag defines the element that are allowed, like name, address, email, and phone number, whereas hashtag PC data stands for parsed people data, meaning it will be consist of just a plain text, which I have explained. Now there is an entity. So far both computers have agreed on the format, the structure of the data, and the type of the data they will share. Entities in XMLs are the placeholder, that is the pointers that allow us to insert a large chunks of data or referencing internal or external files. They assist in the making of XML file easy to manage, especially when the same data is repeated multiple times. Entities can be defined internally within the XML document or an external referencing data. So over here if you can see this is the complete DTD. Over here we are defining a doc type as a people, but over here we are giving an entity tag with an external. This is just a variable, we can give any kind of name. And over here we are calling a system, that is from the internal entities we are calling a external one domain, that is the 𝗏𝗂𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏/robot.txt. And in the given below over here, okay, so machine is expiring soon, so okay, so let me just edit a little bit of 1 hour. So over here we have added a one particular external domain, that is a 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏/robot.txt. Over here we can see our normal XML data, that is the people, name, and if you check it out the closely, you can see the address tag. We have given a particular pointer, that is the and external and semicolon. It means that we are calling this external which has this particular data, which is going to fetch from the external sites, and it is going to paste it over here. We are specifically discussing external entity because it is one of the main reasons that XXE is introduced if it is not properly managed. So what is XXE? XML external entity. After understanding XML and how entities works, we can now explore the XXE vulnerability. XXE is an attack that takes an advantage of how XML parser handles external entities. When a web application processes an XML file that contains an external entity, the parser attempts to load or execute whatever resources the points to. If necessary, sanitization is not in place, the attacker may point this particular entity to malicious source code or causing some undesired behavior into the web application. For example, we can see we have called a doc type, that is a DTD, where the people is the main parent child over here, which we are giving up, where we are going to edit name, address, email, and phone number. And there is one entity tag. We are giving a variable name, that is the THM file, and we are giving a system, that from the system we are calling an internal files now. So from the file :/etc/password. Now this value should be reflected into this variable. Now this variable should be called somewhere else in our XML files, right? So we are calling it into the address tag with the given pointer, that is over here, and THM file semicolon. So whatever the it is going to fetch it all the details of the year, and it is going to store it into the THM files, and it will be reflected over here, so we can see it into the client side. So here the and THM file refers to a sensitive files, that is the etc/password on the system. When the XML is processed, the parser will try to load and display the contents of that file, exposing the sensitive informations to the attackers. So let's just start with our today's practical. Now that we have understand the basic concepts related to XML and XXE, we will analyze the application that allows user to view and add product to their carts and perform the checkout activity. You can access the 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 applications hosted on this particular website. So let's just look into this particular website. Go to this. Cool. It's like a shopping cart website. Welcome to the 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. Browse our products and add them to our wish list, and maybe Santa's gonna deliver it to your locations to the Christmas. So let's just look for some hat or something. Yeah, this is a very cheaper thing. So let's just view. Where will his Joy's cap? Slip into the festive sprint to the where will his signatures, red and white jolly cap, perfect for riding for the dash of the holiday and cheers to any celebrations. So before that, we are going to start all those intercepting with our verb suite. So let's just intercept all the details to our verb suite. We can see the product PHP ID is equal to 1 as well, adding to the wish list. Over here, the item has added to the wish list. You can see to the carts, your cart. Over here we can see our product. We can perform an action, or else we can proceed to the remove. So let's just type over here our name 𝗏𝙤𝙢𝙢𝙪𝙣𝙮 and address over here Mumbai, India, and complete to checkout. Now it says a message, wish successful. Your wish has been saved as wish hashtag 21. So let me just open into the new tab. Okay, it says that error. Santa elves are the only ones who can read wishes. Okay, cool. So let me just move ahead to my Bob suite and check out the history. So into the wish list, it says the post request, and you can see it is containing an XML thing. And how we can check it out, this particular post body is an XML. So over here we have a content type header. From that also we can check that application slash XML. So let me send this particular thing to repeater. So this is the post based request of the wish list. This is the content type. We can say application is accepting the XML, and this is the XML format data. Cool. Now over here we have to check all other details. Are we giving any kind of request related to XML or not? And just close it out. So it says 403 forbidden. The reason is because wish 21 is not there. So now we are going to add a DTD over here because it's just an basic XML file. So let's just move ahead into our check. So we have performed already all the stuffs over here. We have intercepted all the requests to the verb. Now get back to here. Okay, what is happening in the backend? Now we have visited to this particular URL and click on the add to wish list. An AJAX call is made to the wishlist.php allowing an XML as an input. That is this one. So in the above XML, product tag contains the ID of the product. That is a user ID, which is the one in the case. Now let's review the add to wishlist logs in the HTTP history. Now we have seen all the details over here, accepts the request and parse the request using the following code. So this is the code, this is the PHP code where it is giving a particular code, that is libxml disable entry loader as a false, and we are creating a particular variable or a pointer that we are going to load it over here, and XML data, simple XML and element list and echo item added to your wish list. Okay, preparing the payload. When a user sends specifically crafted XML data to the application, the line libxml disable entity loader, that is the false, allow XML parser to load external entities. This means that XML input can include external files, references, or requests to the remote servers. When the XML is processed, simple XML load string with the libxml intent, the options, the web app resolves external entities, allowing an attacker to access the external sensitive files or allowing them to make an unintended request from the server. So again we have to give the DTD, that is the document type definitions. So we first of all, this is an compulsory part which we have to give it. That is this is the proper structure when we try to perform an XML XXE vulnerability. That is the XML version 1.0 that we are going to accept it. And doc type foo, we can place any kind of variables over here, and we are giving an entity tag with a particular payload. Now this payload is just another variable where we are storing this etc/host password. So whatever the response is going to come from the server, we are going to store it over here, and that particular payload is going to add it into our product ID. So let me just copy the whole stuff and paste it over here. Cool. And let's just send. Cool. We have seen that the product ID 127 is the local host, and we have got this completely. So now let's just perform like most of the bug bounty hunters always try to perform a /etc/password. So obviously we are going to do that. etc/passwd send. Cool. Now this is a very critical vulnerability. Through that XML XXE vulnerability, we have escalated to the LF5 vulnerability as well, where we can see the complete etc/password file. So there is a very good chance to get a great bounties, like more than thousands of dollars. So let's just focus to our lab for now. So when we send the updated XML payloads, the two lines introduce an XML entity called payload. The line entity payload system slash etc slash host tell us the XML parser to replace the payload, reference the contents of the file slash etc slash host on the server. When the XML is processed, instead of the normal product ID, the application will load this particular content. Now the coming to the our main exploitations. So over here we have to give the etc/host, which we have already given, which we can look over here. Now it's time for the action. Now what if I come to say that I want this particular URL? So obviously this is a most of the time PHP stores in those /var/www/ this particular payload, that is the var/www/html files, and we are going to give a wish1.txt like this way. So simply just copy this payload, or you can directly give that path, but let me just copy it and send it out over here. Send. Okay, cool. Now we are able to see our own wish, that is the name, product ID, hashtag wish1, mayor, marvel, test, address is test, and product ID. Now, what if I try to give a particular value, that is the is 21. So let me just put it to 21, which was our wish. So cool, we have seen the name is our mine Chirag Prajapati, address is Mumbai, India. This was the product quantity, and it is invalid currently because the Santa has not checked out our wishes. So let me just send it to intruder. In the intruder, we are going to add a payload marker from here to here and click on add payload type. It should be a number. So from 1 to, let's say 30, and step is going to be 1. I have added 1 to 30 and click on start attack. Now you can see it is going to use a wish1 as a txt, and we can see the response of everyone's wishes. So the first one was Mayor Marvel test, second was about the where Kane, fourth, fifth, sixth, all are same. Okay, in the wish 15th we have got one particular flag, that is a THM, brute forcing my way. So let me just copy it and paste it for our answer today. So cool, let me just submit it. Now we have got our wishes with the help of the intruder tab. So conclusion, it was confirmed that the application was vulnerable and the developers were not a fault, since they only wanted to give the top town people something before Christmas. However, it became evident that bypassing security testing led an application that did not securely handle in incoming requests. As soon as the vulnerability was discovered, 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 promptly coordinated with the developers to implement the necessary mitigations. Following proactive approach helped the address to potentially risk against XXE attack. Now, disable external entity loading. The primary fix is to disable external entity loading in your XML parser in the PHP. For example, you can prevent XXE by setting this particular function, that is the libxml disable entity loader, as true before processing the XML. Validate and sanitize the user input. As always, validate and sanitize the XML input receiving from the user. This ensures that only expected data is being processed, reducing the risk of malicious and content being included in our request, such as for example etc/host or etc/password. Now, after discovering the vulnerability, 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 immediately remembered that the change log file exists in the web application, storing that particular following endpoint. So let's just move into that. And over here we can see the complete commits, author, dates and all. Fixed the whitelist.php and the page. And also we have got one particular flag over here. So where we can see the flag. So what is a flag? Seen the possible proof of the sabotage. So cool. If you wanted to learn more about the XXE injection attacks, you can check out the XXE room, or else even you can check out our YouTube video where I have explained about the XXE vulnerability in a very detailed way. You can click on the I button. So today's task was very easy to understand, and I hope most of the bug bounty hunters start hunting on this vulnerability. There are many different test cases to exploit XXE vulnerability, which I have covered in my YouTube videos. You can go ahead and check it out. If you have any kind of doubts, feel free to ask in our Telegram and WhatsApp community channel. I'll see you in the next video. Till that time, goodbye and Jai Hind.